Okay, so we're back. So let me check. I'm going to share with you. Housekeeping. Okay, so we are here. We stop in the housekeeping requirement. Okay, so we are here with the housekeeping requirement. As I have said, you need to receive a training in occupational safety. You must have an appropriate vaccinations. Number 3 is you must comply with standards. As in number 1, we need to clean up the spills of body fluids, secretions, and discharges. And how do we do that? We need to have to know, we need to know how to contain a spill. No? So we have the procedure and we will discuss it in the later slide. Use of approved materials and solutions for cleaning and disinfection. It is not always that we are going to use some cleaning materials which is not approved by the Department of Health. So all of this, disinfection, cleaning materials, they are all approved, have been approved by the health authority. So tools and equipment in cleaning. So we must have a cleaning equipment and tools which is is standard also with a color code, like for the example the maps. So it must be as international standard, there must be a color code. The waste management and disposal, we know about it. We know where we are going to dispose the domestic waste, where are we going to dispose those medical waste and those sharps objects. So we must practice also infection control, and we must to follow, and we need to follow given rules and responsibilities. Like for example, if we are assigned in one patient care area, that means to say you are given a role that is additional role for you, or a given role for you to just do the housekeeping in that patient care area. So what are the roles and responsibilities of the healthcare as the nursing assistants? So number 1 is to receive training in occupational health and safety issues. So the occupational health and safety officer will give you a training. So you will receive a training on the spills, how to manage the spills, how you will be given a training on the waste management, disposal, how to segregate the waste of the patients. So have updated hepatitis vaccine. As I have, as in the health, especially you are working as in a care, updated with hepatitis vaccine. So the first and foremost, in a healthcare facility, so you will have a screening. The hepatitis test or a blood test will be taken for hepatitis, and according to the result, if it is less 10 or 11, so you will be given a vaccine. Have for the hepatitis B. Body fluids, secretions, and discharges, vomit, blood, urine, and feces. So it is going to be our responsibility to clean up the spills of the body fluids, secretions, and discharges such as vomit, urine, and feces. So cleaning up spills, this is one of our role and responsibility, and we are going to learn about it. We are going to know how to contain a spill. So before, we have to do it immediately. Do not wait for the housekeepers to come to do it for you. Before they come, it must be contained. So once they come, they will be the one to clean up completely after what you have done. Any spills to clean up immediately. So this is it. Any spills of body fluids, blood, secretion, discharges, urine, and feces, it must be cleaned up immediately. So the proper disposal of sharps, clinical and non-clinical waste. So all of this, we have already learned how to segregate or how to properly dispose the waste accordingly. If it is with the sharps, so we need to keep it or throw it in a sharps, dispose it with the sharps container. So if it is with the patient, anything that has contact with the patient, we have to dispose it in a medical waste. And the domestic waste, just like household, you can dispose it in a black yellow bags. Maintain patient area clean by frequent use of antibacterial wipes. We have a bacterial wipes. From the previous, we are using some cleaning rags, like small towels to clean up. So nowadays, it is changed because it is a modern year now. So the company, they are providing us antimicrobial wipes, just like the wipes that, but this one antimicrobial. So instead of using the rags and you will put on, so this is the one that we are using now for our patient care areas. Keeping storage areas clean, neat, and orderly. So storage areas, if in a patient care area, we have a small storage room where we are keeping the things for the housekeeping, like the antibacterial wipes, the spray, the disinfectant spray, or anything. So it should be stored in a clean place, neat and orderly. So keep floor maps disinfected and sun-dried before its use. Usually, once the housekeepers, they are done in the evening after the last shift, so they are going to sun-dry it outside. If they don't have, or if they are not going to sun-dry it outside, there is like sterilization or something inside of the dirty utility where they can disinfect or sterilize their things before they can use it in the following day. Maintain use of color-coded maps. As I said, there are color-coded maps. There is a map which is colored red that can be used in the toilet, or a green color that can be used in a patient care area or in an area which is clean. The proper waste segregation and disposal. So we know already how to dispose, segregate. Segregate means we need to segregate it from the patient contact, those materials that is being used by the patient, or those sharps that is going to be disposed. It should be segregated and disposed accordingly. The safe storage and proper handling of disinfectant, cleaning materials, and solutions. Regarding the safe storage and proper handling of disinfectant or cleaning materials and solutions, we need to, our responsibility here is to keep our storage safe. We will provide, we will have the disinfectant cleaning materials and solution in a properly, in a proper non-proof leak containers. So we have to avoid it for being rusted or it's going to spill. Preparing fresh cleaning disinfectant solution every day. So our housekeepers, they are the one preparing fresh cleaning disinfectant solution every day. So before they use it, they have to prepare, like they have the formula. Like for example, in 1 gallon of water, they are going to put around 10 ml of Clorox, so that they are going to prepare it as fresh. Appropriate approved disinfectant cleaning solution for housekeeping purposes must be used with SDS. Remember SDS, Safety Data Sheet. What it is all about, we will talk about it in the other slide. We'll talk about the standard spill kit right now. So the spill kit is used in accidental spill of either blood, body fluids, or leak of a chemical liquid spill, particularly in patient care and clinical areas. So we have available spill kit. In all the healthcare facility, there is available spill kit. Okay? Sometimes it is just a small rectangle container that can be wall mounted. It can be fixed on the wall. But there are bigger enough, just like a pail, so they are just going to be kept in one place. So the basic principles of blood and body fluid substance spill management are, so what are the basic principles? We are talking about how to manage it. Number one is you must appropriately use the standard precaution. So what about the standard precaution when you are using it for the spill? So the standard precaution apply, including the use of PPE. So we know what PPE are we going to use when we are taking care of the spill. So spill should be cleared up immediately or before the area is cleaned by the housekeeper. So the spills will be immediately cleaned. Okay, so just contain it. Don't need for the housekeeper to be called. You just do it. Immediately contain the spill. Okay, and let the housekeeper, when they come, they're going to completely clean everything. This is the biohazard spill kit. As I told you, just like this one, it could be mounted on the wall. So it contains, these are the content of a biohazard kit. So you will see, we have the gloves, we have the scraper, we have the PPE. So all of these are included or are content of a biohazard spill kit. So what are the contents? So we have to enumerate what are the contents of a hazard, spill kit, chemical or the blood spill kit. So this one is a 10-liter reusable plastic container or bucket with fitted lid containing the following. So all of these down below are the contents. So in that container, there is a leak-proof bag and containers for disposal of waste material. Once you remove everything, all of those that you use, you have to put in with that container and call the cleaner, call the housekeeper to dispose it properly. There is a designated scraper that you can use also for picking up those spills. About 5 sachet of a granulated formulation containing 10,000 what do you call this, ppm? There is about 10,000 of that which is available. That is the Clorox. It is in a powder form. So it is equivalent, one sachet is equivalent to contain sufficient granules that can clean up to 10 centimeter. So disposal rubber gloves, suitable for disposable rubber gloves, rather, that will be suitable for the cleaning. Vinyl gloves are not recommended for handling blood. Why? Because vinyl, it's going to be absorbed. So we need only the disposable rubber gloves. Eye protection or the eye goggles. We need a plastic disposable apron. We need a respiratory protection device such as face mask for protection against inhalation of powder from the disinfectant granules or aerosols. Disposable damp cloth. So single-use items in the spills should be replaced after its use of the spill kit. So this is only one time or disposable or single use only. So anything that is not being used, just keep it inside of that container and keep it to be thrown only in one disposable use. So with all spills management protocols, it is essential that the affected area is left clean and dry, because the housekeeper are cleaning after that, so they have to clean completely. So disposal into waste storage room for waste contract collection. So once it is already placed in the waste storage room, so we will wait for the the waste contractor company to pick it up. We are going with the cleaning spill procedure. How to clean the spill. Number one, in the clinical patient care areas, those blood and the bloody fluid substance spill should be dealt with as soon as possible. Means to say, immediately. If you happen to see the spill on the floor of your patient care area, you have to contain it, or you have to deal it soon as possible, and should be attended soon if it is safe to do so. Because if you are going to keep it there for a little longer time, either it will spread the contamination, it will spread germs, and you will contaminate everybody who is coming around into that area. PPE should be used for spill cleaning procedure. What are the PPEs to be used there? We have the mask, we have the gloves, we have the gown or the apron if necessary. Follow spill kit procedure. So there is a spill kit procedure which is according to the manufacturers. But for us, before we use it, we must be sure that we have a return demo. We know how to use it. We know how to deal with it. So how to use the spill kit if you did not go for a demo or you did not go for a training. So when using the spill kit, we have to do a written demo for that. So care should be taken to thoroughly clean and dry areas where there is any possibility of bare skin contact with the surface. So in the patient care area, we should ensure that it is thoroughly clean. Once it's spilled, the spill is contained. So we will just be waiting for the housekeepers to come and clean it completely after. Hands should be washed and dried after complete cleaning. So careful with our hands. It and we use gloves. So definitely before and after of wearing gloves, we sanitize or we must hand wash. So hands should be washed and dried after complete cleaning. So dispose of the whole spill kit used in the waste storage room for collection by contract waste company. So dispose of all of this. The spill kit itself, it should be in the waste storage room for collection and contract waste company. They are the one who's going to pick it up. about segregation and disposal, we talk of waste sorting. So when we say waste sorting, it is the process by which waste is separated into the different elements. So when we sort it out, like for example, the medical waste, the sharps, so we need to sort it out. We need to separate it. So waste sorting is like all of the sharps should be here on this side, and all of the infected materials which is going for the medical waste should be sorted out in the other side. So waste segregation means dividing waste into medical, sharps, and non-medical domestic waste. So we talk about it in our fundamentals, right? But here, we have to make sure that medical waste, those anything that has been contact with the patient should be medical waste. And those sharps, anything that is pointed, that has edges, broken vials, broken glass, broken bottles, should be disposed in a sharp container. So in a sharp container, you should not put it as in dip your hands inside. Okay, so 3/4 full, that's enough for you. And then it will be this medical storage. So what we call this, we know that our definition waste medical waste, we know that only if the patient, those bottles or containers or anything that has been used in contact with the patient, it all goes to the medical waste. Sharps, when we talk about sharps, scalpels, needles, thread, edges, or the broken vials, broken bottles, all it will go in the sharps container. What about the non-medical and domestic waste? Non-medical or domestic waste are those product or produced inside of the offices or the clinic room, the doctor's offices, I mean. So all of this, like the papers and all of this, it will go to the domestic or the black bag. Cleaning equipment. What do we know, or what basic cleaning supplies we have? So in our household or in our homes, we have the basic cleaning supplies. So we have the antibacterial wipes, we have the sponges and scourers, we have the yellow dusters or the microfiber cloths, the glass polishing cloths, the cleaning brushes, a mop and a bucket, a dustpan and a brush, protective gloves, a plastic caddy to carry the essentials. So all of these are called the cleaning equipments or the basic cleaning supplies. It is not for you to go over it, or you are not going to be responsible for all of this. But to let you know that the housekeeper themselves, this is what they are going to use or they are using. For us, as the nurse, or we are the nursing assistants, we have to define ourselves. So it is only like the antibacterial wipes that we need to use for our high touch areas, or we need those sprays that contains disinfectant solution that can be used in our high touch areas. Disinfectant solutions that are approved by the Department of Health, and it is used in the healthcare. I mean, all of this cleaning and disinfectant materials are having a list, and it came from the Department of Health. So only this, which is approved, are the one we are going to use for cleaning in a healthcare facility. Like for example, number one, we have the cubby wipe. This is the most common now. Aside from the cloth material that we are using, now we are using the cubby wipes. This is the trademark which is available in all our healthcare facilities. Next, we have non-woven, non-abrasive towelettes that offer quick, easy-to-use, time-saving convenience. They recommended for use on non-porous surfaces and fixtures. So for those high-end areas or high-end common touch areas, we are using the cubby wipes. They are just like our baby wipes. You can use it anytime, most frequently to the common touch areas. They are recommended for use on non-porous surface and fixtures, especially those doorknobs, those high-touch areas like your bed rails, patient tables, and so forth. These cubby wipes are ideal for operating rooms, surgical centers, neonatal units, medical and dental operatories, and other critical care areas. So we are using this most of the time. It is frequently used. We have also the disinfectant solution, which is the hydrogen peroxide. Who among you know what is hydrogen peroxide? Hydrogen peroxide
For the
is the one
wound.
we are using to dress our wounds, you know, like in the wound dressing, if you have a cut or if you have something like a wound, so this hydrogen peroxide is being used. Hydrogen peroxide. In Tagalog, we are calling it agua
Agua-oxinada.
oxigenada. Okay, so everybody knows about this one. So little did we know that this one is being used as a disinfectant solution. So what we knew only is this hydrogen peroxide is being used for cleaning the wounds. So it is not only for the wounds, it is also a great way to disinfect in our home. So it is also used nowadays in a healthcare facility for cleaning supplies like those dirty dish scrubbers, rugs, sponges, toilet brushes. They don't clean themselves. So we will be able to, or we will be the one to clean them. Soak it in the solution of hydrogen peroxide. It is also useful for cleaning items in patient care areas nowadays, such as disinfecting thermometers and bed fans. Imagine, even me myself, during the past years, we never use hydrogen peroxide for disinfection. But the CDC or the Communicable Disease Council, so they have issued, this as the approved disinfectant solution to be used in a healthcare facility. Going forward, everybody knows about Dettol. Dettol in a household, this is most common. So Dettol antiseptic disinfectant liquid is used to kill germs as a disinfectant on surfaces and floors. So nowadays, it is most commonly used in a healthcare facility. I think this is the most also cheapest among them because it is a household. So everybody at home, they are using also this to disinfect the floor, to disinfect the surfaces. So now they are being used as approved disinfectant solution for a healthcare. We have also the hypochlorite. Everybody knows also this one. It is Clorox. Okay? So Clorox is one of the approved list of disinfectant solution in the healthcare. So hypochlorite or Clorox is a disinfecting bleach. We know it as disinfecting bleach. We can use it to disinfect our white clothes or it can be used to disinfect the kitchen, the toilets, the bathrooms, or the floor. So this is a disinfecting bleach. It can be used to pre-clean any surface. Make a disinfecting solution. Like the housekeeper, they are having this formula. 3/4 cup of a Clorox. This is the regular bleach in a gallon of water. So this is enough to wash or wipe the solution, this solution on the surface, and allow it to stand for 5 minutes and then rinse and air dry. So your things is already disinfected. What about isopropyl alcohol 70%? So they have recommended, or the DOH, the health authority itself, included this as a disinfectant, approved disinfectant solution used in a healthcare. Why? Because it contains 70%. Or if not, it should be at least 60 to 90% of isopropyl alcohol to become a most effective concentration for disinfection. If it is not 70, it is less 60, less, or lesser than 60, it will not be it will not be effective. But if you are going to check it as in 60 to 90%, that means to say this isopropyl alcohol of 70%, this is enough. This is effective enough concentration for disinfection. So when we are disinfecting, so 60 to 90% of this alcohol with 10 to 40% of purified water is rapidly antimicrobial against bacteria, fungi, and viruses. Imagine if it is 60% to 70. So it is very effective. We can use it to disinfect. That means it kills most of the microbes of the house. So you can kill most of the microbes. As for the disinfectant solution, we have the Virkon. Virkon, it is a multi-purpose disinfectant, and it is typically used for cleaning hazardous spills. So in our spills, either it is used, we are using a Clorox or hypochlorite, or the Virkon itself. So Virkon is used for cleaning up hazardous spills. It disinfects surfaces in terminal cleaning and soaking equipment. So the contact time for the Virkon should remain in contact with the surface to be disinfected for at least 10 minutes. When your housekeeping is cleaning, they are keeping the Virkon for 24 hours, especially now that there is a COVID positive patients. So the room that the COVID positive patients are using, they are using the disinfectant Virkon. And they are keeping it not only 10 minutes, they are keeping it for the whole night. So they will only clean it again when they come in the morning. So this is the most effective terminal cleaning agent or disinfecting cleaning agent. Talking about the disinfectant solution for the safety data sheet. Excuse me. Safety data sheet, as I told you, the abbreviation is SDS. Safety data sheet. This is a material which is called safety data sheet. This is a technical document which provides detailed and comprehensive information on a controlled product related to. So when you see a safety data sheet or the SDS, these 4 items or this information are going to be in, or you will find this information in a safety data sheet. Number 1, we have the health effects of exposure to the product. So how this, like Virkon, how this Virkon could affect your health So once you are going to expose in this product, so there is that information that we need to know. Number two, hazard evaluation related to the product's handling, storage, or use. There is a hazard evaluation. So you will find there in the safety data sheet, the hazard evaluation in product handling, storage, and use. The measure to protect against at risk of work. So there is also information here that shows you how to protect us or how to protect the worker the risk of exposure. So in every SDS or in every safety data sheet, individual, they have different health effects, they have different hazard evaluation, they have different measure to protect workers, and they have different first aid measure procedure. So when you come and see SDS, or when you are buying like Clorox or Dettol, I don't know whether there is accompanying leaflet or a paper that contains this safety data sheet. So the first aid measure is also there so that we will know exactly if, like for example, the Clorox is splashed in your eyes. So what are we going to do? So we need to check on the safety data sheet and we will find the first aid measure. So we will come to know what exactly the company of this Clorox are going to help us. Okay, so this is the disinfectant, the safety data sheet. Okay, so this is an example of the Virkun. And you will find in there, as I told you, there are 4 information: the hazard, the risk, the first aid, and the exposure. So the same way, it is written in all of them. So if you want to find maybe Virkun or Dettol maybe, so the same way, they have like this. And what are those precautionary measure? Like number one in that prevention, number one in that picture. So why it is there like in the lungs? So either it is irritant or it can cause something